Mark Shepard here, honesthypnosis.com. It's a late night. It's about 11:30. It's been a full day. Getting ready for bed and just really pondering a number of different things. I watched the Matrix movie, the first movie, The Matrix. And it reminded me of the idea that I had not too long ago that we are in a matrix of sorts. We are in a dominant culture. We're in a dominant socialization, domestication process. I don't know how else to say it. There's a structure and a framework through in which we live our lives, our culture, our society. And there are a lot of subconscious messages and suggestions and programming that are going on. So I had the idea, and it's not an original idea. Nothing that I talk about is original with me. It's just filtered through my neurology ideas that have come from other sources. We stand on the shoulders of giants, but the idea is that we are in a game. This body is, I like to call it a meat puppet, right? I am not my body. You could cut off my arm. I'm still me, right? You could pull out one of my eyes. I'm still me, right? I am not my body. I am something else other than my body. And we come in, and it seems like there's certain rules that we learn in childhood that enable us to function. And then at some point, it might be in your 20s, it might be in your 30s, it might be in your 40s, it might be in your 50s. I don't know when it might be. It might be in your 60s or 70s. Who knows? Maybe you never get this. Maybe you think I'm talking like a crazy man. It doesn't matter. At some point, you're going to realize, or not, that there's a whole other set of rules. And the other set of rules is what I call the game. The real game. And the whole purpose of the game is to go deeper than the mass culture goes. To realize there's a whole other world underneath where when you focus on what you want, you actually can manifest it either rapidly or exactly at the right time in a way that's even better than you could possibly imagine. There's a whole other set of rules that when you engage your mind and begin to change your beliefs, the beliefs are literally the programs, the structures that begin to create our reality. When we're young, we begin to believe certain things about ourselves, and so we create a personality. We create essentially our place in the world amongst the other programs called people, right? And ultimately, anybody in your life, anybody who comes into your life is another character playing in this game. Some of them are just kind of the background computer code. Others are other adventurers like me, like you, connecting, looking for guidance, finding the teacher, finding the path, finding the code that will enable you to set yourself free from what? Free from the limitations of your old thinking. That's really what we're here to do. Because when we release ourselves from the limitations of our thinking, anything becomes possible, and everything as it is perfect. Everything as it is just literally perfect. I made a mistake while I was playing the piano today in my gig at the Unity Church in Albany. So what? Not a mistake. I was supposed to do that, right? I spent zero amount of energy being upset with myself. It's a mistake. It made me laugh. In the past, it would have shattered me. In the past, when I was operating by an old set of rules, the rules I came in with, I would have been angry with myself. I would have beaten myself up. But to what purpose? This is a game. None of this is real, except it is. And it's so real that you can feel things. You can smell and taste and touch. You can see, you can hear. Those are literally, though, channels Your world exists behind your eyes. Your world exists in your mind, right? I am an image on a screen. You are interpreting my words. These are sounds. I could also be saying goobla, goobly blah, and you could be interpreting that as some deep insight into universal truth. So your takeaway today. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Your reality is something you are creating every moment of every day. And I would like to invite you on a journey. I'd like to invite you on an adventure in consciousness, an adventure where you begin in tiny little steps, step by step, moment by moment, thought by thought. You begin to recreate yourself into exactly the kind of person you most want to be. Attracting into your life exactly the kind of people you most want to spend time with. Bringing into your life the energy of prosperity, of money, of abundance, and it starts with right now you realizing that whatever you have in your life, you pulled it there, you created it, you intended it, you believed in it. So if you want more money, begin to change your beliefs. If you want better relationships, begin to change your beliefs about you. If you want better health, begin to understand that our body is completely new every 12 months or less. The structure of your body is completely replaced by totally different atoms. And yet, sometimes we have chronic conditions that last for longer. Who is creating those? It's like a building that is made of bricks, and every year all the bricks are replaced but one at a time. So the building always stays the same. But what if you could change it? What if you could change the building, the spaceship, the reality you're in? Wouldn't it be cool to learn how to do that? Well, that's what I do. And I'd like to invite you to come inside, come deeper. There's some pretty cool shit I'd like to show you. My name is Mark Shepard, and this is honesthypnosis.com.